the side of the road in California.
Picking me up.
How are you?
Oh, you know, I'm good.
You look great.
Thank you. Got a couple sparkles.
The sparkle and shine.
Oh, yeah.
As if you need any. You are sparkle and shine.
Stop it.
All the time.
Yeah, this weekend's just been so good, and I've just had so much dance and energy. So I hope I can hold on to that all weekend, because it's long days for sure. But
I'm so curious. So we're out here at Tirwadapalooza SoCal in Huntington Beach. You're not competing.
I'm not.
You're working with your sponsors, and it's so interesting because, you know, it's long weekends for an athlete, but
Yeah.
now that you've kind of done both, compare and contrast what it's actually like.
I mean, I'm getting FOMO for sure. Like, I want to compete, but this is actually so much fun, and I'm just really, like, grateful to be here for Engineered Nutrition. And we have, I mean, he handpicked all of us to come out and help him, and it's just such a cool group. So, I don't know, it's just different. Like, they're both, long days, but honestly, I thought that this was going to be even more exhausting. But, like, you know me, I just love to talk to people, and I love dancing, and I just love whatever, and I'm always have energy, so I'm like back and forth between all the booths, and I just love it. So, yeah.
I can't remember, did you take dance lessons growing
No,
up?
I don't know actually how to dance. I literally just move my body. People
I've
are
seen
like,
you dance. You've got rhythm and moves.
I got a little bit, but I don't know how to twerk. My hips are too. We're trying to learn. It's so funny because Amanda and I are both just so rigid, and then her husband is just like, it's like this, like move your hips, and we're both just like, like trying to move our hips, just too rigid, but it's okay.
It's funny because we're really going off the rails just to start. Somebody was talking to me. He does pole dancing, not as like a profession, but just for fun and as like an athleticism type thing. And he was talking about how you like do one of the body things into
like on the pole.
And he was like chest, crotch, butt.
Ooh, okay. Chest, crotch, butt. Okay, I can see that.
So if you think of that, that'll give you like that worm vibe.
I would actually love to
motion.
do pole dancing just to see, and I know it's supposed to be a really good workout.
Well, you see, again, depending what you see, when they are holding on, like I'm thinking of almost Cirque du Soleil in Vegas, and they're holding on to the side with two arms, and their body is
like a flagpole?
horizontal. Yeah. How do you even start training for something like that?
I don't even know. So when I used to firefight, we were in this tiny little town, and they actually have a bar called the Stardust, and there's strippers there, but it's traveling strippers. So we would go sometimes, and this one girl, so they stay there for a week, and this one girl, we went back 3 times just because she was so, wasn't about whatever, she's naked, blah, blah, blah. No, it was literally because she was such a good dancer, and she could do the flagpole and do the whole turn around. It was
the control.
And her abs, I was just like, this girl, man, what is going on? So we went back 3 times for her, and we would talk to her every night. We're like, how are you so amazing? I mean, obviously it takes a lot of dedication. It's just like my sport, right? I'm sure she's practicing. I'm sure she's like didn't just come like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty crazy. You think about different things like that. I think it would just be cool to see what you can do, right?
Yeah.
With that pole.
But with that pole.
With that pole. Let's see what you can do with that pole.
What were some sports? What was the first sport that you ever did?
What was this first sport? I feel like I was put into basketball really early. Probably basketball or volleyball. I did play
beach volleyball or like in a
oh my gosh,
auditorium?
I was just playing with Fikowski and beach.
Yeah.
I was trying to set him up because I was on his team, and I was trying to set him up, and I was like, I am so sorry, I'm not actually this bad of a volleyball player. I'm not bad. And I just couldn't because the sand catches you.
So different.
And you think you're going one way and you're trying to go another way, and it was pretty tough, but it was fun.
Well, you learned from one of the best, the professor.
Oh, yeah.
Gave
so
a lot of
fun.
tips and pointers. This drive, take a look
This
to
is
your left.
Beautiful.
People out surfing. Have you ever tried surfing before?
Yeah, I have. In Bali, I think the first place I surfed was Tofino on the Vancouver Island.
Oh, wow.
And then, we were there during October, so you had to wear a wetsuit because it's pretty cold then. But, I've surfed there. I've surfed in Peru, and you don't think about waves in Peru. I don't know why, but I was just like, oh, they're probably going to be small. They were huge. Yeah. And we were out, huge for me because I hadn't really surfed much.
Yeah.
But Peru was really cool. And then Bali, I've surfed a few times, and it's pretty hard. I was on the longboard for so long. And every time I'd go to someone new, they'd be like, oh, you should go on the longboard. And finally in Bali, I was like, no, I'm done with the longboard. It's so dumb. It's like you can't move. And I snowboard, so I like to carve. So
do you feel like that gave you an upper hand, or are they different enough?
They're pretty different, for sure.
Okay.
It's just really hard because I ended up getting lessons because I don't know when is a good wave. You know, you think that you do. You're like, oh, that one looks like it's going to be sick. And then you go and it just fizzles out, right? So that's why it was really nice to have somebody like telling me what wave is going to be good. But once I went to a shorter board, it was way easier.
Yeah. You do a lot of different things. Like we said, big personality, love to dance. But what would be your perfect day if you could map it out from the moment you wake up until you go to bed?
So wake up in the mountains in a little log cabin to a fire. You know, that smell of fire. Yeah. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Wake up, have a nice breakfast. I love breakfast. So whatever we're cooking that day, some pancakes or eggs and bacon. I make like a good bagel sandwich every morning.
Oh, yum. What kind of bagel?
Everything bagel.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Love it. My favorite.
With some eggs and bacon and spinach and tomato. So a nice bagel sandwich, some coffee, obviously. Wake up to the fire. I love summer, but a nice wintry day to wake up to is really nice.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, if it is summer, I'd go out for a big hike, just like spend time in nature. Every time I'm in nature, I just feel refreshed and I feel happy, and it just kind of calms me a little bit.
Have you always been that way where you enjoy nature? Like, did your family grow up hiking or camping or fishing, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think so. We have a national park that's only an hour away from us, and it's pretty... it's starting to get busy now, but it's still not as busy. If you think of Banff, like, that's crazy. It gets insane. So people go there, and that's only 3 hours from me, and people don't really come to Waterton very much, and so it's so nice. But my parents took us there all growing up, and then we went camping a lot. We've kind of always been in the nature, like our whole family. So my brother is crazy. He'll just go out in the mountains by himself and go running in the mountains and stuff. I'll go with him sometimes too. Actually, that would probably be part of my favorite days. Go on like 20K run in the mountains, jump in a cold ass lake after.
Refreshing.
Yeah. And then just hang out with good people, good vibes. Like, I'm pretty chill. Like, yes, I love to go explore and adventure and stuff, but I'm just happy hanging out with good people and having deep conversations, and Do
you feel like you have a good group of people where you can have those deep conversations, whether it's life, purpose, religion, politics, finances, all of the things that might even be taboo to talk about? But do you have a group where you feel like you can really collaborate on ideas and thoughts with those things?
Yeah, like my best friend Amanda, I feel like we can talk about anything, and that's at home. But in Bali, that's where we really met some like really deep, amazing people there. So a bunch of us girls will get on like a big FaceTime. So there'll be like 6 or 7 of us on there. And because we're all living around the world now. A lot of them used to live in Bali, and then we lived in Bali for 10 months during COVID, and that's where we met everybody. And those people, I can really just talk about anything, like the deepest of conversations. So we're actually going back to Bali in a couple weeks here, and
how long
I'm really
are you gonna
excited.
stay?
We're going for 2 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just very like spiritual there, and that's where I kind of did a lot of my self-healing, and I think that it's just really cool for that. So anyone you meet in Bali, you can kind of connect with in that way. It's cool when you travel. It's almost like you gravitate to similar people. I love it for that. But I would say at home it's tough, because when we did come home, I was like, oh, it's not the same in that way. Like, not the deep conversations and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, like my bestie, that's probably, I mean, I'm a hermit when I'm at home too. So it's kind of just her and I at the gym or else hanging out, and that's about it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting because I also very much like having relationships and friendships where I can have deep conversations and talk about more than just, you know, I mean, there's some great TV shows, but I don't want to just like sit around and like that's all we talk about and there's no like deeper purpose.
For sure.
But I do feel like when you leave your hometown or wherever you're from, that's when you can really explore those conversations more with people.
Or like people here, I'll go, like Roderick, I can really have a great conversation with him, and he gets
he's
deep.
awesome.
And he's awesome because he asks questions and he wants to know, like he looks in your eyes and he wants to understand.
He's
engaged.
And
yeah, exactly. And he really listens. So I think that that's really, it is when I'm traveling. And again, like you just gravitate to people like that, right? If that's who you are, then you'll gravitate to those kind of people, which is really cool.
So then if you think about what your spirit animal would be, or maybe just an animal that you're like, man, if I could be anyone, this is what I would be. Where does your mind go?
It's not even probably what you think, but it's because it's my favorite animal, shark. Like, they're just so cool, and like I think I have an old soul and they're so old, and like I don't know, they're just a little bit aggressive and just I don't know. I feel like
a great white, a bull shark, a lemon shark, what kind?
What would I be? That's a good question. I don't know, just all sharks are so cool, I feel like. Maybe a great white. I want to swim with great whites, though. I got to swim with great whites, and then I'm going to get a tattoo of one on my leg.
Oh, that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Where would you want to go to do that? Do you have a specific place, or is it just anywhere?
I feel like in Australia would be really cool. I mean, we were in Madagascar, and that's probably somewhere I think that they go through as well.
Yeah.
I've honestly anywhere. I did swim with sharks in Bali, but they were just like smaller sharks.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a hammerhead or a great white. Yeah, I just love them so much.
When I was so I studied abroad in Namibia, which is the country right next to South Africa.
Okay.
And I swam with
that.
Yeah, I was there for about 6 months. I took elective classes there, so it was basically just like, okay, as long as you pass this class, you're gonna be fine.
And is that more because you wanted to travel and just like see the world kind of thing?
Very much. From a young age, I had this really big interest for culture and exploring and traveling the world, and like there's a bigger purpose than just like me living in this small town in New York.
Yeah.
And I'm also very much like an adventure seeker, like skydive, whitewater rafting, bungee jumping, all of that.
Whitewater rafting is so fun.
Oh, I love it. But so I went to South Africa, and of course I want to dive with great whites, but so we did it in the cages that you're in, and these things are massive. But the interesting thing is the water. We had to wear, I think we wore the dry suits because it was so cold, because the time of year that we went, I think it was their summer. So like the icebergs melt, which makes the water
cold,
frigid.
Man. Yeah.
Like
that's
you
like
couldn't stay in very long. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But the next thing I need to do is I want to free dive with them. But
I know, I would definitely start with a cage and just kind of understand what they look like and how big they are and everything. But I'm so jealous. Or a whale shark would be really cool to see too. I wanted to do that in Central America when we were there, but it just wasn't the right time. So yeah.
Have you bungee jumped or skydived or any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I've skydived one time, and
what did you think?
I thought it was really cool. My guy was very, I mean, I get motion sickness even in a freaking car. Like if I'm in the back seat, I'm like,
I was like, oh no,
here. I'm good here. That's why I drive a lot, because I don't get it when I'm driving, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
But like spinny rides and stuff like that, I can do roller coasters, but just not like spinny rides.
Okay.
So my guy, we backflip out of the plane, and I was like, that was cool. And then all of a sudden he's doing, so when the parachute comes out, he's doing all these crazy spins, and I was just like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose it. But I thought it was really cool and just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be a little chicken shit to do it on my own still, but
right.
I don't know. I'm sure if you did all the training and stuff, then it would be fine. But
yeah.
I just feel like something would happen and I wouldn't freaking be able to pull my chute or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you go by yourself?
No. I've been twice.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have an interest to jump alone.
Yeah.
Because also, so then I bungee jumped again when I was in Africa.
That scares me, is bungee jumping.
The thing that was scarier about that, so you think when you skydive and if you're going tandem with the instructor or whatever, they're the one that initiates the jump.
Right.
When you bungee jump, you're the one that actively has to jump.
Yeah.
And like if you don't jump out far enough and you kind of like are baby about it, like you could slip and you're not gonna like really necessarily hurt yourself, but it could be like a bad experience. Right,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need to be the one that like jumps out.
Right.
And to me, as much as a adventure seeker as I am, that part was a bit terrifying where
right.
the skydiving, I just had to rely on somebody else to get me out of the plane.
Yeah, just get me out of the plane. Let's jump.
Yeah, like I'm ready whenever you want to go. Let's do this.
Yeah. My mom bungee jumped in Hungary, and that was so hilarious. Because she did it it was like over the ocean, but there was a bunch of rocks that went into the ocean, and it was almost like over the rocks. I was like, this is sketchy. Maybe couldn't you guys have gone out just a little bit further so like if something happened, she's in the water and not on the rocks? But my sister took some really funny pictures of her because as soon as she jumped off, she was like, and like holding her hair. And the pictures are hilarious. But I was like, good for my mom because she's an adventure seeker too. I feel like, she's everyone loves her. She's amazing. So
you have so many good people around you. You obviously are a sweetheart, etc., etc. But if somebody really close to you was to have a Hattie Kanyo roast,
ooh,
what is the thing that they would very much lean on and keep, giving little jabs?
I am a little bit of a control freak. Like, I like things a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be better about that because it's almost like if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Like, that's how I feel like. I'm just like, I should be doing that. You know what I mean? Because I can't really trust that someone's going to do it the right way or whatever. But I'm trying to be better at that because it's like, hey, everything doesn't need to be perfect. Even I'm a coach at the gym, and it's so hilarious because we'll set out the rowers or whatever, and I have to have like this perfect runway for me to walk down and the rowers beside, and I'll move it like an inch, and the members will look at me and be like, OCD much? I'm like, yeah.
Or like when one rower's just a little bit further up. No, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Just put him in line.
Yeah, just figure it out, you guys. Let me just set up the whole thing for you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
If I told you right now that we're actually not going back to Huntington Beach, we are driving to a venue where you have to give a 20-minute TED Talk on something, but it cannot be related to CrossFit or fitness, what would it be?
Oh no, what would it be? I feel like
and you can't prepare.
I feel like mindset, honestly, because I've gone through so much and I understand what it takes to do self-healing. I would really, like, that gets really deep, and there's some situations in my life where, like, when I first started to do any kind of self-healing, I tried Reiki. I heard about it and thought, okay, let me just try it. So I go in thinking, okay, this lady is going to heal me. This is going to be awesome. She's just going to do her woo-woo magic. I'm going to feel good, and then we're going to say goodbye and be done. I go in, and the first thing that she says is, I am not healing you. You are healing yourself. I am a tool, and a tool only. And I just thought, what? What am I paying you for? I came here to get healed. But as soon as she went, like, I felt all the energy in my head. I knew exactly where it was coming from. I saw her twice. The second time, did her thing. I felt it in my heart. I knew exactly where it was coming from. So you have to really look in, especially when stuff like that is happening to you. It's not just, oh, I feel a tingle in my head, whatever. No, I had to actually go in and be like, where is this coming from? So I don't know, I feel like I could talk about it all day, because it is that woo-woo stuff, but if you let, it's just like the placebo effect.
Yeah.
If you let it happen to you, and if you actually go in, it's just like tarot cards too. If you pull one and you read it, something will come out of it. Who knows if that's the actual card that you should have pulled, but something will come out of it and speak to you that you actually can think a little bit deeper about what's going on in your life. You know what I mean?
With your healing journey, did you, because I've gone to therapy for many years, and recently, within the last, I would say like 2 or 3 years, I have a new therapist, and I very much like her, and I feel like she's the only one that's really been able to like go deeper with me.
Yeah.
And part of it is, it felt very woo-woo at first, and I didn't necessarily have a lot of buy-in, but I'm like, man, I trust her. We've done a lot of this work. I'm going to lean in. But she talked very much about parts, and we would sit there and we would just talk about different moments or things I was working through, and she would ask me, what like part of your body do you feel that pain in? Is it in your head? Is it in your chest? Is it in your gut? Like, where is it? And I found that when I could identify that, it was very healing. With yours, did you guys work on stuff like that? Or like, yeah.
So I have a crazy story for you.
Okay.
So when I was in Bali, so I did Reiki at home, then we went to Bali, and I started, in Bali, they are very spiritual. They do all different kinds of healing modalities. So there's like reflexology, there's, you know, people do a bunch of different kinds of drugs and stuff there. I didn't dabble into any of that, but I did more of just the spiritual stuff. So I tried reflexology. It was crazy. This lady's like pushing into my feet and telling me stuff about myself that I was like,
they talk to you while they do
know
it?
that? Yeah, this lady.
Wow.
This lady did. Like, I know there's different kinds of reflexology, but she was more of she's gonna kind of figure out what's going on, and so she would tell me stuff about what was going on. Like at the time, I was lonely, and she was just like, you are very lonely right now, and I was like, and I just started bawling. Right? But the biggest thing that happened was, my friend and I, a couple days prior, had been talking about how females hold trauma in their hips. And I was talking about how this one, like my one hip, it was just bugging me so much, and it's always clicking, and it hurts, and blah, 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 whatever. If I would squat, it would hurt, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, my hips have been really bothering me, especially this left side. And I think that's like your masculine side. Anyways, whatever. My hip was hurting. A couple days later, Jake and I were in bed, and we had gotten to a fight, and I was crying. I was very emotional, and I wonder if I wasn't this emotional, if anything would have happened. But I was very emotional. We just went to bed kind of sad, right? But I was just like, I'm gonna do something about this. So I just laid there, and I thought of times in my life that I do regret, or I'm not happy with what I had done. And I went so deep that I imagined the exact situations, and I forgave myself in that situation.
I just got chills.
I forgave the person in that situation. And then I thought of another one. I forgave them again. I forgave myself in that situation. So I thought of all these situations, and I shit you not, all of a sudden, a waterfall of energy came through my head, shot through the top of my head, went through my body. I was literally just laying there like this, shot through my head, shot through my body. As soon as it got to my hips, it just started flowing out like a waterfall. Wow. And I just laid there. I couldn't move, because I just thought, what is going on right now? And that's all I can explain it as, is like an energy, just a waterfall of energy going in, shooting out my hips. Next day, go to the gym, no pain in my hips. No pain whatsoever.
Oh my Lord.
It was the most wild thing ever. And I tried it again maybe a few weeks later. And it happened again, but at a very tiny scale, like the tiniest, where it was just a little bit, like some extra, leftovers. And I know that there'll always be stuff to work on, but that's the thing, is like, if you can really go deep, or, they say your subconscious, it's thinking something. If you're told something your whole life, you're going to start believing that. And it's so deep down in there. When I started working with Brett, like Emily's mindset coach, the first thing he had me do was catch my thoughts. And at first it was just surface level, whatever, like, oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, that's cool. that workout, blah, 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 whatever kind of thoughts it was, all of a sudden it started getting deeper and deeper. And the things that I was catching, that I was actually telling myself, you're a piece of shit, you're this, you know what I mean? Where I was like, I'm telling myself these things? What is going on in there? You know what I mean? And it was just so wild to know that I was speaking to myself that way when I thought that I had done so much work, but it just wasn't deep enough, I feel like.
Do you feel like you're somebody, though, that whether this was just growing up or maybe recently part of your healing journey, that you justified some of those things? Because I very much, with sports and anything I'm competitive with, if I'm doing poorly, nobody can say anything mean to me because I'm my biggest critic. Like,
right.
I'll be in the middle of the workout and feeling bad for myself, and I'm like, you little bitch girl, like, suck it up. It's not a big deal. Like, what the F are you doing? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I'll be mean to myself. And it wasn't until kind of recently that I thought, maybe there's a different way that I can have some self-talk.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do agree with that, but at the same time, sometimes I think I know how to differentiate it, because sometimes in the gym I do that. I'm like, come on, bitch. But it'll be more, it'll be more of like a joke, in the sense of like, let's go, bitch, you know, like almost pumping myself up that way. But if you know that you're, you know, saying it in a negative way, then I don't agree with it, because you are speaking negatively to yourself, right? And it's just like, oh, you're so shit at this, like, let's go already, you know? Maybe we shouldn't be saying those kind of things, right? Instead, it's like, I'm a strong bitch, let's go. You know what I mean?
I'm a strong ass bitch, let's lift this bar.
I believe in speaking positively to yourself and telling yourself that you are something, because even if you don't believe it yet, say that you're elite. Say that you're elite. Keep saying that you're elite. Like, I keep telling Amanda, my best friend, so I'm her coach as well, I keep telling her, no, just say it. Even if you don't necessarily believe it right now, just keep saying it, because eventually your subconscious is going to be like, oh yeah, I am this, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily going to get you to the next level, right? Like, maybe it's not going to get you the games, but it's still going to put so much more confidence in you, which is going to, you know, trickle to so many different things.
I think that's really fascinating, though, that going through a healing journey and working with like the different
like modalities.
Of like from your mind to your body to like your hips, it's just so fascinating to me, and I don't know if enough people are open to that kind of healing.
Right. Yeah.
Because so, on the surface, like, I'll be the first one to be like, like, it felt a little woo-woo. I don't know that I had a lot of buy-in, but if you kind of release yourself to it, I think you can at least be open to a change.
Yeah, and that's where my head was at, was I just need to be open to certain things. Like, I even got hypnotized a bunch of times at one of our, so we have this thing called Whoop Up Days, and you know, I tried to get hypnotized and I wasn't in it, so it didn't work on me. And then I went again the next night and tried, and I was like, hey, you need to open up and let it happen. And when I did, it worked, and it was crazy, and it was fun. And, you know, he does like a little show where you go up on the stage, and like he had like 20 people up there, and it was super fun. But you really have to open yourself to these things, and I feel like the more you can do that, then at least something will, you know, I feel like you'll get something out of it.
Yeah.
Whether it's even more confidence because you're talking to yourself better or whatever it is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Such a cool journey, though, that you've been open to that, and anybody that meets you, I mean, you just have such life in you, and that's contagious, and it's magnetic, and it, like, whether your dance moves are good or not, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've just experienced a lot, and, you know, through all my partying days, all the drugs, all the alcohol, just like hanging out with the wrong crowd or whatever it is, and just, I don't know, I think because I've experienced all those things, now I kind of understand who I want to be, and I don't know, and I just want to be more of a light and not this depressed, numb person all the time. So, yeah.
Was it, CrossFit that was the catalyst that started healing that for you, or was it something else and then CrossFit was just a byproduct?
So it was actually my brother. He kind of knew the path that I was going down, and I can't remember if he was a cop just yet, but he actually just said, hey, why don't you just come to the gym with me? So
he was doing CrossFit.
He was not. He was just doing regular fitness, whatever. He took me to the YMCA, showed me what a circuit was. So I kept doing just circuit training, and then I'd bring my best friend at the time, and we would go and start working out. And, I just instantly, I realized, yeah, this is awesome. And then I just thought, okay, I want to make a career out of this. So I took my exercise science.
Yeah.
And things just kind of started snowballing from there. And my professor at school was actually like, man, he's just saw me because I was on the cross country running team. And at the gym, I would try handstand stuff, but just on my own or whatever. And he was like, okay, you're a runner, you're doing strength training, you're doing random handstand stuff. He's like, you got to try CrossFit. You could be good at this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
Little seed.
And then he was just like, you're doing all these things. You'd be so good at it. And I just thought instantly, nope, people get hurt and I'm not doing it. So maybe 2 years later, I was like, okay, fine, I'll go try it. And then I fell in love right away. And yes, CrossFit also helped with that healing journey, obviously. Because that's when I really started getting into it. And it was an outlet for competition and the community aspect and all of it. So, yeah.
And you never looked back, and here you are.
Never looked back.
Influencing others to throw their hat in the ring. And
trying to.
I'd love to see it. I love it.
Being fit and being happy and, yeah. Find a community.
Then if you could have a superpower, whether it's related to any of that or not, like what would it be in the world? What would it be for you?
I don't know why the second you said that I just wanted to cry. I don't know. I feel like just helping people find their light, maybe, Life is
like
tough.
Being a healer.
Life can be tough, right? And there's too many times that you see like people that you don't even know and they're like, oh, I'm taking antidepressants or I'm taking this, but it's just numbing them, right?
Yeah.
And like if we can't actually feel our bodies and our minds, and that's why I've like been so grateful for all the healing and like trying the different healing modalities, because I'm trying to be more connected to my body and to my mind, right? Like if we don't even know what's going on in there, then I feel like we're never actually truly going to be happy or find our light, you know what I mean? I just feel like we need to shine bright, right?
Yeah.
Like you give a lot of that, and I feel like that's so amazing, right? Because it is contagious. One of my favorite quotes, it says, the more you can let your light shine, it passes on to others. You know, even when we just got here, the engineered nutrition, we got here a day late and they all had to set up and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just came in at check-in just dancing and so much energy. And they were like, oh, thank you, because we were getting tired. And it just like gave them a little bit of energy, right? So if I could just give people a little bit of extra light or energy, then I feel like that would be a really cool superpower. But yeah.
I think you're already doing it though.
So
I mean,
I'm
just from
super
that moment.
Power lady? No, just kidding.
Super power.
I'm a superwoman? No.
Lady who's also healing people through her sunshine light.
Yay!
And sparkles in her hair.
And the sparkles in the hair. That all worked out perfect.
It all came full circle.
Full circle for real.
But I do love that, because also I think people might think, oh, Hattie is so outgoing. She's so bubbly and personable. Like, she's probably always been that way. She's probably always had an easy life or whatever if they don't know your story. But
right.
I sometimes think that those who have been through the most end up being the biggest light, because they've seen the darkness, if that makes sense.
Yep. And like I did have a great childhood, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
You know, my parents raised us, the best that they could. And I mean, yeah, there was some shit when we were younger, but I mean, anyone will have that. It's just, I did all that kind of stuff to myself later on. And yeah, I'm just realizing I I didn't need that, but maybe I did need it because now I've learned so much from it, right? So
yeah. I think it's cliche, but I do genuinely believe that everything happens for a reason in the sense that, yes, we have free will and we have choices and options, but the ones that we make kind of lead us down the path that we're meant to be.
Yeah, we're meant to be, for sure. And that's me letting things in, though, too. You know what I mean? Like, you do need to let certain things in, if that makes sense. Because it's like, a homeless person, that's maybe not the path that they're supposed to be on, but maybe because they're not, you know, figuring, I don't know. I just, I feel like I let a lot of things in, and again, like, open my mind to a lot of things, and that really did help. But,
well, Hattie, you're a light. I want you to keep shining. I know that you brighten my day every time I see you.
You brighten my day too.
But anytime I see you, the dance
just
moves coming my way, and I'm like, oh yeah, Hattie and I are about to have ourselves a time.
Let's go.
And I just appreciate all the conversations that we have together, you being open and, you know, having the opportunity to have a little deeper conversation with you. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Now go enjoy the rest of your day in, I almost said Miami, in
I know,
California.
it kind of feels like it. California, yeah.
Same but different. Same but different. Love you.
Okay, love ya. Thanks.
Until next time. You too.
Bye.
Bye.